Good evening, over here at L Squared Home Base, working on the old Camaro. We have been, well, after we worked on work, I started, actually got the rear windshield cut out. Me and the wife worked on it. Somebody had run sealer all the way around between the windshield and the body, which collected water over the years because it deteriorated. This ain't too bad. Some of this was like hard as a brick. It was hard, and it took a while for us to cut it out. I'll show you some of what's going on here. You can see right here how it's eat out. I didn't think this side was as bad as this, but there was underneath the aluminum trim that goes around here, there was a lot of debris, dirt and leaves and just all kinds of crud that built up under there. And the bad part is I had that sealer filled in. I think that was the only thing that was really holding the molding on anymore. They'd filled this in, so there wasn't no water. The water is supposed to be able to run down through some of these weep holes here at the bottom, and it had no way to get out. So it was just trapped in there over the years. And we can see over here, this passenger side. I knew this side was bad, so we're going to have to cut all this out through here, all the way up into here. And go ahead and patch that up. And it actually started building up rust on this rear deck panel. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's actually where it rusted through a little bit. It ain't bad. There's some right there at the speaker opening, but we ain't gonna worry about that. I'll clean this up and put the rust prohibitor on there and put POR 15 on there. If you haven't ever used POR 15, I've got a cord of it here. POR 15 rust preventative permanent coating. This stuff, once it dries, you can't sand it off, wire wheel it off. It bonds and it's non-porous, so the water can't get under it. It actually seals it right off. So good stuff. It's pretty expensive. That's, I think, $45 for a quart. So so now, oops, sorry about that. What we're going to work on, I'm going to finish cleaning up this rubber gasket up here. Then what I'm going to do is open this trunk lid up, pull the trunk lid off, and pull these spoiler extensions off, and possibly the tail lights, to start doing rust repair in here. In this filler panel, it actually covers the tension springs for the deck lid. We're going to pull it off. I'm going to have to actually cut some off with a cutting wheel, some of the screws, because they rusted so bad, it's just, you can't get them out. So I'm just going to cut them off and re-drill. It's just a little tiny machine screw that holds it on there. So it's kind of what I'm working on right now. Try to get that done this evening. And tomorrow we gotta go put some cabinet doors on for a builder over here. Just 8 cabinet doors. And then after that I might go ahead and have to turn this blade around. It's pretty dull. Took us probably, 2 hours. We worked on getting this windshield out of here. Trying to do it without cracking. I want to reuse this one. The front one front windshield we ain't gonna worry about too much because I'm gonna replace it. I'll show you why. Windshields are made of layers. They call them laminated. Most of this sealing off here, I can use a wire wheel. I use a brass bristle wire cup wheel on the angle grinder. The reason I use brass, it doesn't damage the metal. It's soft. It's softer than the metal, so it actually cleans it up without taking off metal. That's pretty good there. So that'll wire wheel off. All right, off this trunk. Told you the other day, see how it won't stay up. We're gonna go ahead and, looks like a 1/2 inch. Put a stick over here to help hold it until do that. Oh, there's the wife.
What?
So there's the wife.
Oh.
She's cooking chicken and dumplings. You're on video.
Oh, okay.
Showing them what we did. What did you think about cutting the windshield out?
Quite challenging. I think I got some cuts trying to cut it out.
Yeah. Nothing like having cuts for the cuts.
Exactly.
And
Awesome.
that's a cut. Oh, while you're here, you want to help me take this deck lid off?
Do what?
Help me take this deck lid off?
Okay.
I think it's a
How
1/2
do you
inch.
do that?
Well, if you want to hold,
Okay.
take this stick out. I was going to challenge myself and do it alone. Help turn it backwards instead of forward. Oh, man. This thing came over on the Mayflower.
I don't know anything about that.
That's why it still works. Yeah, you might want to go over this side because it's going to fall
Okay,
off.
yeah, it's falling.
All right. Pretty heavy deck lid for it being
Yes.
small. Just set it somewhere over here.
Okay.
good to have a second hand sometimes. Alright. So I'm gonna pull these extensions off. The reason being, I think I showed you on the first or second video, I already started cutting some of this side out. Gotta cut out all this rust. And this will be in the way, which we need to remove it when we prime and paint the car anyway, so. I need a wrench. It's a 7/16. I'll show you what I'm doing. So there's, on these, I don't know if I can, if you can see that. Where is it? There's one right here and one over here on the tip of these, on both sides. So that's what we're removing. Take that off, 7/16. Let's see, there it is. 7/16. Alright, there you go. Oh, 70. Yeah, somebody added these. Because their holes are drilled off. And see, this is marked from a junkyard. It says this is a 76. These came off a 77. We'll put the nuts back on there. So we know where they come from. So it's good to do if you can. Put the nuts back on there. Just like these. I know most of these bolts by heart. I've took so many of these apart over the years. Yeah, somebody added this spoiler. I can see some Bondo or something there for some reason. Weird. Kind of an odd place for Bondo. So it was covered up with the tail or the spoiler. Somebody added these. I don't know if you can see. If you look there, how the hole is kind of wallered out, and the one on the side, because they didn't get it in the right spot. Which makes it good for adjustment factors. You know, when you gotta adjust these things. these still have tension on them. You notice the deck lid wouldn't stay up? So that's what made me wonder, sometimes it's a rod that's got tension on it in there. You'll see once I pull the cover off, but, sometimes one of those rods will crack and break. But I wondered if this was actually originally a car with a rear spoiler, because tension rods are different on a, this light's dying. Tension rods are different from a non-spoiler car to a car with a spoiler. Naturally, the ones with a spoiler have more tension. But I have that parts car out there, which I'm pretty sure was a original spoiler car, so I can actually use the tension rods off that, so the deck lid can stay open by itself. And this $3 prop rod, no more. So we can throw that. Anyway, let's get this side off too while we're at it. Okay. So, what's going on there? Oh, it's only got somebody's put skins on this part. Probably has Honda. Done a good job. Somewhat. So, the one bolt on the goes right in here, ain't there. Yeah. Had it screwed on with a sheetrock screw. Figure that. That on there. And I see why. But we can fix this actually. You see right here, the threaded part that the nut goes on to. See, it's got like a washer head here. So it screws into the fiberglass piece. It's obviously broke off. So we'll repair that, or we'll find another wing extension. They got the hole drilled for it. So I just found out, now they got a light up in here. Somebody's put a partial quarter on this side. Not that side, just this side. For some reason, whether it was rusted out or I'm thinking it may have been rusted. They actually done. I see where they overlapped right there. They didn't do too bad of a job. I didn't even notice until just now. Because I can't. I've seen, and they've done a good job. I'm good with it. You good with it? I'm good with it. Alright, let's see. I don't think any of these screws are going to come out of this billet panel. Because they are rusty. I know that name. All right. How am I gonna do that? Should I try. All right, we're fixing to make some ugly noise. Try this air chisel. Didn't cut it. Sometimes that works. Hammered it enough. You see that? It's pretty rough shape, man. Did enough hammering on it just to break it loose. Breaks that rust free. Just get it out. I don't know about this one. All three of those out. Well, there's just two at the top. That slid up under. Nice. Good. You can get a rapid tapper. Got the old rapid tap. That's nice. There it is. Nice. Yeah, we'll clean that up. We'll clean that up in POR 15, the bottom side of that too, before it goes back on. Awesome. So we can save that. Good. So here's the tension rods. I'll show you what I was talking about here. These tension rods, see how they work. Look, see how that's flexing. There's a lot of pressure on them. I have not changed any of these out before, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it without smashing my fingers. You know what I mean? Oh boy. I don't know if you can see up in here. If you can see that. Yeah. See where that seam is right here? That's actually a new skin. Call it a half skin. So that's what we're dealing with there. So I'm alright with it. As long as it holds up. Like I said before, we ain't making no show car. It's gonna be a driver. We're just trying to fix this rust where it doesn't leak down into the interior part of the body again, and try to prevent it from rusting more. think what we have to do is put more tension on this. See this here? So you got 2 notches. The bottom one, which would be less tension. If you look, that one's got pretty good tension. This one moves easier. This one is in the top hole. So I think, tell me if, I think by changing the notch, we add more tension to, I think this one would need to go to the bottom. That would give more tension on this side. So this one's obviously, to me, it feels not as tight as, yeah, this one's got way more tension on it. Huh. Interesting. See? Tore a lot apart, but I never figured that. I think all the ones I had came with a spoiler, so I never had to really deal with it. So this one would need to go to the bottom before we put this all back together. Which is going to be a while. This was not my intentions when I pulled this car in here to do all this at this present moment, but it's in here, so why not? I have time in the evening, so I'm good. Anyhow, so there we go. Come on. Yeah, I guess we pull this tail. Did we pull the tail? See what's going on behind it. Chainsaw. Ding dong. 7/16 is the next size down. kinds of weird things in there. See what happens here. There we go. Stuck good. Got all kinds of creatures in there. Big old, not in bad shape. Okay. Put the bolts back on here so we don't lose them. For some reason the whole stud came out of these two on this. That screws right back in. Excellent. Excellent. Set these over here. That over here. Nice. Seems silly. Seems to sucks. It's like, I mean, make sure we get all that out of there because it's creating a water trap and it is making rust on the corner there underneath the bunker where you can't really see it. Thank God it's under the bunker where you can't see it. We didn't see that, did we? Nope, sure didn't. Alright. Take this side off. one trim ring. I'm gonna paint those black. Some reason the old lightning socket ain't coming out of here. You know? That's odd. Make sure I don't snap-a-roni. Well, it goes. It will not come out. That is weird. Never had one do this. There we go. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet. There we have it. Nut harness. Rustage. Got some rustage down in that hallway. There we go. The old nutteronis on here, so we don't lose them. Imagine that. There's something in there. Oh, there it is. Oh, a spare bowl. Look at that. It's a good place to keep it. I don't know you're gonna lose it. You always have it with you. There it is. Ah, just the bulb part. We'll reuse the socket. Nice. So, there we have it. And that's all we're doing tonight. Because I'm ready to relax and watch me some Vice Grip Garage. So here's what we got. Well, I cut this out the other day. Tried it out. And we're gonna cut this out. And we'll take all that old seam sealer out of there and POR 15, all that. All this little bit of rust where you can't see it. So there you go. That is it for tonight with L squared and 76 Camaro. Camaro from North Kakalaki. Originally from North Kakalaki, was bought in Winston-Salem, North Kakalaki. So there you go. We'll return maybe tomorrow and show you some rust removal. Until then, y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Jesus loves you, and so do I.